welcome back to my channel and happy Monday to you. As I promised, we are going to be going over today my favorite app that I mentioned last week, VSCO, VSCO, or otherwise Visual Supply Company, and I'm going to show you a quick tutorial today how I edit my pictures with some before and after and then upload them to Instagram. So let's get started. Here you can see the app. It is VSCO right here, and I open my app. This is what happens. It pulls this up. I'm going to choose which photo I want to edit. So I'm going to hit the plus button. It's going to go scroll through all of the photos I've taken, and I'm going to find the photo I want to edit. So let's edit this photo. Maybe we'll do one other for good measure. Let's do that one. So I'm going to click the checkbox and import my photos. So now I'm going to double click the photos I want to edit. Let's start with this one. So as you can see, Florence right here is a little bit dark. So one of the main things I typically like to do is add some more light. So lines, you click that, and it's going to open up and have all these preset functions, all these preset different filters. These are all great, but for now, before I even get into that, I want to lighten it up a bit. So first I click those buttons and I click the little sunlight. This is exposure, and I'm going to play with it. I'm going to play with the exposure to where I get it just a little bit brighter without too much. So that feels like a good spot. I'm going to click the checkbox. I also have the ability in these functions to change the contrast. And as you just play with it and feel around, you'll feel kind of what makes the photo feel best for you. I'm going to maybe up the contrast just a tad. You can straighten out your photo horizontally and vertically, but I think mine was fine, so I'm just going to leave it as so. Again, and you can straighten it vertically as well if you feel like you were off on your perspective, but mine was fine. You can crop it, you can sharpen it, you can just do a bunch of features, the warming feature, grain, I mean, there are tons of things. But I'm going to actually go back to the main preset filters and go back to this little wheel here. And here I'm going to be playing with the different preset functions. I typically like either the C1 or the F2, depending on the look I'm going for. So for this photo, I kind of like the C1. I like that it brings out the brightness of the photo. So this is actually very harsh and a little bit overly saturated. I'm going to click it again, and here I can play with the level of vibrance. So this is what it was before. I think I'm going to bring it up to about here. Once I get it here, it looks good to me at about a 6.8. I'm going to click the checkbox. This is all feeling pretty good to me. And so then I'm going to click the checkbox down below, and it will save my new photo. So that's that one. Let's go to another example. Here's another example of my kids on that same day. I am going to play with the lighting again. So I'm going to go down here. Before I go to the preset filters, I'm going to go to the little levels. I'm going to play with the exposure. Sometimes the exposure is a problem, sometimes it's not, but a lot of times I will lighten it a tad. So I'm going to click the check. Let's see if this does much. Contrast a little bit. Maybe I'll up it a tad. Check. Now I'm going to again go back to my preset filters, and let's see how they look. It's super cute in black and white. Different black and white. The vibrant here looks too phony for whatever reason, but I kind of like the more muted look. There are all kinds of different functions. Some kind of make it look more old-fashioned, but again, I love that all of these kind of can make a traditional standard photo or photographer like me look a tad bit better. So I'm going to click the F2, and I'm going to bring this down again to where I feel like it looks right to me. So it's looking pretty good right here. Again, once I get to a place I like, I click check. So once I feel like I'm done and I want to save my photos, I go back and I click all the photos that I want to save to my camera roll simply by clicking, and they'll see the little box. Click these 3 little dots down here below, and these 3 little dots save to camera, and you're going to always want to save the actual size so it saves the full resolution. And then you're going to see that it will be in your camera. Down here below you'll see. So oftentimes too, I like to crop my photo. So what you might know or not know is that in your standard iPhone you have functions, editing functions as well. I don't like a lot of their effects and stuff, but I do like to use it for simple things like cropping and straightening. So here I feel like there's a lot of dead space in the dirt, and so I'm going to want to bring this up a tad and click done. And now I feel like this picture is pretty ready for Instagram. So to go back to Instagram, to add your photos, as you know, you click down here. And this is where things change. So I like to always have it either long ways or short ways showing the full picture. So I like to use this little button here. I don't like just a plain square photo. I like to have the whole picture shown. You can play with it up, down. You can also zoom in and out, but I like to try to keep it the highest quality as possible, so don't like to zoom in much on Instagram. Okay, so once you get it how you like it, you click next, and you see here Instagram does have all their own filters. None I really totally care for. I usually don't play with any of those and try to just do everything in VSCO, but the one filter I do like is this little button up here. So this little sundial is their little Lux feature, and I love it. I think this is it normally, and I love how, watch, it just kind of brings up like a boldness to it. I think it's so pretty and just really highlights. I wish I could put a Lux feature on my face sometimes. So anyways, once I kind of get it there, I love how you can also hold down the button and you can see what it looked like before you edited and then after in Instagram. I think that's pretty cool. And then I hit done. Next, and then I'm ready to write my caption and deliver to my audience. Let's try one more photo that we recently saved again. So you could do a close up, you could do it farther away. Again, I like to kind of see the whole picture. I'm gonna hit next. Let's see our Lux feature. See here, see how the Lux just really brings out more contrast and boldness in the kids. Done, next, done. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this channel, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all of our fresh videos we've got going on 3 times a week. And later this week I have 2 really fun DIY projects coming up for you, so you don't want to miss that. All right, bye everybody.